Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai. Oh, praise unto Yahweh Bashim Yahshai Wa Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles, a great millstone, and honors to brothers to be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. I wanted to do this video following on the video that I did yesterday, and I'm going to call this death occupational hazard. All right, because when you're at the so-called job, there are things that are known as occupational hazards. So you might have a situation where, you know, you're a decorator or something and you're using a particular paint, where there's going to be occupational hazards that are linked in to using that particular paint when you inhale it and so on and so forth. Or you might be a builder, so you wear the boots, the steel toe cap boots, because some of the occupational hazards, okay, the risks that go with the job is that you're gonna drop stuff, you're gonna have heavy loads that are gonna fall. Well, the same thing is similar with this truth, of which you have many occupational hazards within this truth. But one of the things I'm going to speak on is the thing of a death within this truth. Because the scripture speaks about how certain ones that were down for the cause, which is Yahweh Shai, and the pushing of this truth, and Yahweh, basically that they would have to die for this truth. Matter of fact, when you go into the scriptures, it speaks about the martyrs of Yahweh Shai, how that it was going to be put to death for a testimony unto of Yahweh Shai. All right, so one of the occupational hazards that come with this truth is the thing of being put to death. Now, you don't want to die just any death of a common man. You want to die a good, what's known as honorable death. So you're obliged to push this truth and hold fast unto this truth, unto the death. Matter of fact, the scripture that I have right here goes into that. The book of Revelations 2:25. But that which you have already, hold fast until I come. And you got to hold fast unto this truth. The fact that the Lord has blessed you with his name, that's a very important thing. I mean, if all else fails, then you got to think to yourself, hold on a minute. The Lord and the scriptures say how pretty much that this truth, and especially the name of the Most High, that's a mystery unto these people. And if the Lord's giving you the name Yahweh Shai and it resonates with your spirit, then that's what you got to hold fast onto. You might go through all kind of difficult things, but if the Most High has bestowed that upon you, then you know you're in with a chance, because the scripture says, whatsoever you shall call upon the Father in my name and ask for, that's what the Lord was going to give unto you. Okay, and it talks about whether that request is going to be reasonable. You know, you ain't going to pay, you ain't going to pray to be king of the world and the Lord make you, and the Lord might do that. He might make you the king of pop and you die the death of a common man. All right, but the point I'm making is you pray a good prayer unto the Most High, the Lord's going to do that for you. And you're supposed to hold on to that name unto death. And you're supposed to be a witness unto that name, unto the death. You're supposed to, protest that name unto the four corners of the world, unto death. And you're supposed to be overcoming, and even overcome in death, because the first one to overcome death was who? Was Yahweh Shai. And he's going to bestow a similar gift, if you will, unto the men that die for him on this side, which is a precept I'm going to get next. I believe it's in the book of 1 Thessalonians. Goes something to the effect of caught up in heaven. I'll search it out in a second. And it goes into the fact that the men of the Lord that are going to die on this side for a witness of Yahweh Shai, them are going to be the ones that are the first on the chariots. And as the scripture says, although they, in the sight of men, they seem to die, the Most High has got their number. The scripture says no one can pluck them out of the Lord's hand. All right, so it says, but that which you have already, hold fast until I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, I will give him power over the nations. And that's even unto death, man. Okay, you got to overcome the fear of death. And if you got to die for this truth, well, what greater cause is there to die? You know, people, you got all kind of people dying for all sorts of reasons. You got some people dying because the Most High put the judgment upon them. All right, you got some people dying because they was doing some lewd madness. They was doing, committing adultery, committing idolatry, whatever. You got people dying for all kinds of reasons, but it's better to die for a good cause. And what greater gift is it? What greater sacrifice is it than to sacrifice your life for this truth? All right, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and as the vessels of the potter shall they be broken, even as I have received of my Father. So this is you go to the occupation, the job. You endure. Okay, you go through the whatever particular occupational hazards it may be, and you do that for a reward, and that reward is money. Well, the reward that we have out there within this truth is the one that's spoken about within the scriptures, where we're gonna be kings and rulers, or whatever you want to call it. But the number one guys for simplicity within this earth. Okay, so this is the book of 1 Thessalonians, the 4th chapter. Okay, 4th chapter and the 17th verse. It says, and we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. And so we shall ever be with the Lord. Okay, so let me read it again. It says, and we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds. And those are the men that die for a witness of Yahweh Shai, that will die for a witness of Yahweh Shai, okay, in the coming times of Jacob's trouble. But they're going to keep their integrity, right? They're going to keep their integrity. There's no other way to put it. And the Lord's going to be, going to have mercy upon them, and they're going to overcome death. So, that's the video. I could do, you could really go in on this topic, but, that's the video. That's the occupational hazard. And, you got to have a certain type of mindset when you know that. And you're going to push in a certain type of way to where even if death comes, then really you embrace it. That's why watching, TV programs like the Vikings and how they were and how they embraced death for the glory of their gods. Well, this is how we have to be unto Yahweh Hashem Shai, who is a living power, even unto our own deaths, knowing that we're going to be risen up again, all right, and we're going to live. So that must say, all praise unto Yahweh Hashem Shai, Waharaka Kadash. Our double honors unto the apostles of great millstone. Honor your brothers that be pushing the truth in sincerity. Shalom.